as we move on to our next story. And this next story just came out like at almost midnight Eastern time last night. It was like 11:45 or so. I immediately texted Nick and said, put this on the show. We are putting this on the show. Guys, let's talk about Roadhouse. I have an interesting relationship with that. I guess you can call it franchise now. The original film, the one with Patrick Swayze, is where my parents got the name Dalton from and named me. So clearly, I have an interesting relationship with that movie. That lovely, dumb, fun, brilliant movie. Love it. The remake with Doug Liman and Jake Gyllenhaal seemed like it was a movie that was made for me. It's Doug Liman, who I love. It's Jake Gyllenhaal, who I love. It's Amazon, who exists. And basically, the drama of it all, of them not putting it in theaters, and then Doug Liman being like, you said you put it in theaters, you motherfuckers. And then Amazon being like, you fucking said you take the deal, what the fuck is wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. The drama was more fun than the movie. The movie, it had its moments, but it wasn't very good. Conor McGregor was on a whole other planet. That's a whole nother thing. But it did very well for Amazon, and they are now officially making a sequel. And guys, you might see from this little thing I'm about to cut to here, it's a little bit cut off, but that's okay. It says Aladdin director set for the Roadhouse sequel. And you may be thinking, wait a minute, the Aladdin director, the live action Aladdin, wasn't that directed by Guy Ritchie? Fuck yeah, it was. Guy Ritchie's might direct Roadhouse too. Just when I thought I was out, they fucking pull me back in. I want to watch a Guy Ritchie Roadhouse movie so fucking badly. I'm in. They have me. Anyway.
I was trying very quickly before you got to the build-up of revealing it, just going Ron Clements and John Musker, who are the animated directors.
It's genius.
But my IMDb did not go quick enough.
Listen, it would have been a good bit. But here's what I want to point out. I love this little note that you have here that Ritchie has directed 5 films in the last 4 years with 3 new ones set for this year. My man is working. He's working, baby.
It's so funny to me because Guy Ritchie reminds me very much of Steven Soderbergh, where they just crank them out, but they never give Soderbergh a budget. And Guy Ritchie made like one of the biggest flops ever. And then Aladdin made $1 billion. And now it's like, all right, give him whatever he wants.
Got him.
And listen, the man has one of the highest grossing movies of all time and also the biggest flop. That is impressive.
And listen, he's been able, like the films that he's directed in the past couple of years, like are they the most amazing films ever? No, but they're still pretty fucking good. I loved Operation Fortune. I really loved The Covenant. What else did he come out with?
I didn't get a chance to see The Covenant there.
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit.
That was with Gyllenhaal.
It was.
Well, you have Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which I
also loved. Oh, Wrath of Man. How can we forget Wrath of Man?
Wrath of Man was great.
Good shit.
Was he? Oh wait, hold on. He didn't. But did he direct Wrath of Man?
I thought he did.
I thought he just wrote it. Nope, he did direct it. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Live fact checking. And he's got a show as well that's premiering right now called Mobland, and they just did the Gentleman TV show.
Yeah.
So I mean, the man works, and I would say his resume as of late has been pretty positive.
No, honestly, and specifically him to Roadhouse. Let's kind of dive back into that. Solid fucking choice. I mean, match made in heaven for the type of vibe that this movie and this franchise kind of gives for his sensibilities. You could, I get Sherlock Holmes vibes in terms of the action and how it's shot, not necessarily the character, but I could definitely see this being a match made in heaven of, these two are perfect for each other. That's how I feel personally about it. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think, so my relationship with Roadhouse is that I've seen the Jake Gyllenhaal one and not the original.
Oh my God.
But I you know what? And I'll tell you what, I enjoyed the Jake Gyllenhaal one. I don't know if I had that. I didn't have that chip on my shoulder going in, which it seemed like a lot of people had. I thought it was quippy. I thought the third, it scales up way, way, way too big. Much larger than it should have, but I liked the character that Jake Gyllenhaal played. I liked the quippiness of everything. I liked just sort of that dynamic, and I would say that is sort of also Guy Ritchie's bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think having that paired with his action, I think it's going to be great. And I thought Doug Liman did a wonderful job with the action scenes for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the visual style on it, but I think it is something that's going to be visually and tonally a lot different. And personally, to me, I think for the better.
No, listen, I agree. And Nick, in an aid, in a plea to get you to watch the original movie,
Yeah.
there's one very important thing I need you to know. At one point, Patrick Swayze is fighting, like, not the main villain, but like the main henchman. Like, it's a big fight that's built up to throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point in the fight, the henchman starts winning. He starts beating Patrick Swayze's ass. And you know how there's beats in the 80s action where, like, they fight, then there's dialogue, then they fight?
Yeah.
In one of those beats, he simply grabs Patrick Swayze by the back of the hair, looks at him, and says, "I used to fuck guys like you in prison," and then keeps fighting him. This is the type of movie we're dealing with. You have to watch this masterpiece, please. Please watch this movie. I'm begging you. Please.
It's some one incredible. What a line. Like is that a tough guy line? Is that I don't know what to make of that.
It's beautiful.
It's certainly not dated well.
It's art. That's what it is.
But the other thing that I think is worth noting, right? Guy Ritchie is quite the streamer go-to. The Covenant
As of late.
the Covenant was an Amazon release.
They did that theatrically, though.
Oh, did they? I thought it was just full Amazon.
I saw it in a theater, and it was not press. I bought my ticket.
Well, how about that? Well, good for Amazon for the theatrical vibe of it.
Back when they
didn't
were
do
cool.
it for Roadhouse.
No.
That'd be shitty. I hope that Roadhouse 2 gets theatrical.
Oh my god, guys! If Roadhouse 2 gets
just
theatrical,
the letter Doug Liman would write. But they had the Gentleman series on Netflix. Mobland, I think, is Paramount. I want to say.
I think so. Yeah.
And then now you have this, which is going to be Amazon. They just released the trailer for
Fountain of Youth for
which
Apple.
is Apple. So I mean, he's like, "Give it to me. If you're going to give me a budget, let me go."
And
I liked the Fountain of Youth trailer. I saw a lot of discourse online. I vibed with it hard.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I honestly think that the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, I'm pretty sure, was Amazon in other countries, and it was theatrical here. So that relationship has been set for a while. But, yeah, no, listen. I think it's a good match, Guy Ritchie and Roadhouse. I'm going to watch it. But, guys, what do you think? Do you think Guy Ritchie and Roadhouse are a good match? Do you think this is a good idea for the director of that film? Let us know in the comments as we move on to our next story.